This guy right here and this guy, I just met Cecil, but every time they ask me to come out and I tell them what I need, they take care of it, straight up, all business. I'm not joking.
Okay, I'm just sitting here, the Godfather. Okay.
How you doing? I'm Clifton Powell, actor. Been working with Nate and Jesse for, I think, probably about 6 or 7 years. Just trying to lend whatever expertise I have from Hollywood to try to get some of these independent films made, you know? Currently, we have a script on House of Malik and another script we have called The Bishop, which the name will probably change. But 2 wonderful scripts, just trying to, you know, find some independent investors to really just come on board using my name and, you know, trying to go get some other Hollywood, you know, talent. You know, the independent game is so difficult because, you know, most of the people that invest in films, or most of the people that invest money, they feel like, you know, film investing is not low, I should say high risk kind of venture. So most people that have money want to invest in real estate. So it's very difficult for young filmmakers to really get investors to really come on board and buy their marketing plan and believe what they're trying to do, you know. But I think these guys have a great marketing plan. I think they have myself, and they are really legitimate in what they're trying to do. Well, I think what it takes is first having a good script and a good story, and understanding how to put together a project, an independent project. You got to go out and get the right names. You have to have the right crew, but mainly it starts with the name people, myself, and if you can get any other Hollywood names. And I think also it takes the investor to really understand the movie business and really do their research, and then decide to make take a chance. You know, Spike Lee, when he did She's Gotta Have It, went to all of the investors, and nobody wanted to take a chance on him, and consequently they lost out because the movie was a big hit and established Spike Lee as one of the premier African-American filmmakers in this country. So, you know, with investing in movies, you can go one of 2 ways. You can go theatrical, or you can go straight to DVD. And if you are an investor and you do your homework, you know that the DVD market is a billion-dollar industry. The Latino and African-American market is a billion-dollar industry. I think the African-American market is like 12 billion. The Latino market is like 14 billion. But it's almost a no-brainer. You can come in with 350,000, 500,000, or less than $1 million, and you can make a very, very hefty profit. So I think sometimes investors really need to do their homework so they can understand that if you get a few urban names, such as myself, or maybe a Making Good, or Bokeem Woodbine, you can put those folks on the box and you'll make your money back, especially if you come in low. If you did your research and looked at Friday, all the Friday movies, but the first one was Friday. I think Ice Cube made that movie for like $3 to $5 million, and it's grossed, wow, I think it's probably grossed at least 30, 40 million by now. So, you know, it's you just got to do your homework and really be smart about what you're doing. I think the first thing, it starts with having a good script. And the second thing is really having some named people who the urban community recognizes and will go out and buy the box. Basically what you're doing is putting somebody's picture on a box and hoping that there's a following that actor has, and those people will go out and buy that video. You know, and that's basically how it's done, and that's what's happening. Most movies do probably better, you know, urban movies do probably better on video than they do on theatrical release, unless it's a big blockbuster like, you know, Ray or Dreamgirls, or, you know, Achille and the Bees, stuff like that. But they still, if they did, you know, 15 million in theatrical, or 20 million, they're gonna do another 10 to 15 to 20 million in DVD. What I would do with, say, for instance, a movie like The Bishop, I wouldn't have to go theatrical release on The Bishop. If I did, I'd go limited theatrical release, where we probably rent the theaters, the Magic Johnson theaters around some of the urban areas like Detroit, New York, DC, Philly, Camden, all those areas, and do a limited release, and then come out with this movie on DVD, have some of my stars who are in the movie do a whole media blitz across, you know, those urban areas. And I guarantee you, you'll make anywhere from $1 million to $10 million just on the low end. You know, it's almost a no-brainer. I think think you know the biggest thing in investing in say a movie like The House of Malik or The Bishop is to aim low. You know, if you can come in with $350,000, $500,000, which is not a lot of money to invest in a movie, or under $1 million. On the bottom line, on the bottom end, you'll make $1 million or $2 or $3 million. So you'll make your money back double. And basically you do that by setting it up, you know, media-wise throughout the urban areas and getting the right names on that box, you know, and getting the right names to go out and do the publicity. You know, I think that's how you guarantee that this thing will be a success. You know, and again, it's a no-brainer. And if you watch some of the smaller studios, in fact, the studios are buying up all the independents, and they doing movies for $5 million to $10 million because they know if they invest low, you know, the trade-off is going to be big as it goes to DVD. Norbert, I think, has already made maybe like $62 million in like 15 days. I wasn't the star of that movie, but one of the actors in it. And what happens with movies is that people come and they see their favorite star and they say, oh, you got to go see Terry Crews, or you got to go see Eddie Griffin, or you got to go see Clifton Powell. So that's the kind of, you know, urban following that I have. And, you know, I'm trying to, you know, working with Nate and Jesse and those guys, and also some other things that I have back in LA, working on trying to parlay that into, you know, doing more and more movies, because that's what people like. They go out and see the people that they like, that they love to see. You know, Terrence Howard, you know, Lorenz Tate. They go out to see those people if they're in their movies. I'm doing a Marvin Gaye story, so I got to go to work. I'm gonna holler at y'all. Holla.